Hey guys, it's Dr. Masood, your trusted doctor. And let's suppose it's lunchtime today or dinner time, whatever, and you're trying to lose a little bit of weight, and you're just having a hard time losing weight, even though you're dieting, you're exercising, and you're a bit hungry, and you're hungry all the time, and you just can't figure things out. I want to give you quick little rules that you can look at that'll make scientific sense on why you want to make the healthy choice for yourself. First of all, there are three foods really that you can really eat, right? You've got you've got your carbohydrate, okay? Then you've got number two, you've got your protein, and then you got three, you have fats. Now, those are three foods and choices that you can basically make to decide, how healthy you're going to look and so forth. The important point of this is that every time what happens if you eat a carbohydrate, what's a carbohydrate? Your bread, your pasta, your rice, all your sugars, okay, even fruit themselves, anything that's sugar. What happens in the body is that every time you eat a carbohydrate, if this is a map, we got a map right here, what's going to happen is your blood sugar is going to elevate. And because your blood sugar is going to elevate every time you have a carbohydrate, there's something in your body called a hormone called insulin that's going to spike really quickly too. And the reason insulin spikes real quickly is because it grabs the sugar out of the bloodstream, brings it into the cell, and wham, you got energy and you're not diabetic, or help contain your diabetes as well too. Okay, that's how it works. So carbohydrates high, insulin goes high, get some sugar out of the bloodstream. Protein. You eat a protein. What's a protein? Well, obviously meat are going to be proteins, right? Certain types of combination of vegetarian types of food. Spirulina, which is a high source of protein from a vegetarian type of source, okay? But proteins, okay? Think about foods that move around are going to be proteins. Think about foods that grow on the ground are going to be carbohydrates, okay? A little something quick for you. But bottom line is that when you have a protein, what happens is the sugar level in your body doesn't go high as fast. And because it doesn't go as high as fast as it did with a carbohydrate, what happens is insulin level doesn't go high as quickly as either. And so now the body can still use that sugar for energy quickly without any problems, without any issues at all. Now, the nice thing about is that what happens when you eat a fat, good healthy fat we're talking about. We're not talking about McDonald's fish, okay? We're talking about good healthy fat like avocados, coconut oil, and so forth. Cashews, things like that. Every time you eat a fat, the blood sugar doesn't really rise very high in the bloodstream. It's almost like a flat line. And so insulin levels are basically a flat line. It doesn't have to do much. Now, that's going to be important for you if you want to lose weight, you want to stay full longer. And if you notice every time I talked about these things, I talked about insulin. I talked about a hormone called insulin. The reason I want to tell you about that is because a lot of people aren't diabetic, but they're insulin resistant. Their blood sugar is normal. They don't have any idea why they're gaining weight. They're getting hungry all the time. And the big reason for it is that what happens, a lot of people, because you're insulin resistant, what happens is a lot of people have the carbohydrates and the sugars, and their body makes so much insulin because it pulls it out of the bloodstream. And what it does is because they're resistant to insulin, it can't bring the sugar into the cell to use as energy. So instead what the body does, it takes that insulin and it stores it into fat in your body. And that makes you heavier and bigger, but your blood sugar is still normal. And because of that, a lot of times when people become diabetic, that happens 5, 10, 15 years, we don't know. But we know it happens before diabetes. And so here's what I'm trying to tell you, is that if you want to control the level of insulin in your body, especially if you're insulin resistant, you're having difficulty, with your weight, try that. Decrease your carbohydrates. Lessen those, have more proteins, have good healthy proteins, and have good healthy fats. And you won't be spiking your insulin levels, you won't be affecting your blood sugar level. And the other nice thing about that, guys, is that very few people talk about it, that when insulin rises, guess what also happens? Your hunger rises. So not only does insulin rise, you get more fat and store fat, you get more fatigue, but you also get more hungry. And so if you can control your level of insulin level, keep that down to a lesser, you're going to not only burn fat, you're going to get leaner, you're going to have more energy, and also you're not going to be as hungry. All right? Hope that helps, guys. Take care.